Title: I own things I once never even dared to dream of. Huge buildings, tech companies, luxury cars. People call me a billionaire. But every time I return to my hometown, there is one thing that always makes me stop and
optimize the neural
think.
pathways here,
My father
the processing speed
still
should
lives in the
increase
old house.
exponentially.
Introduction.
Let's cross-reference
The
that
house
with
is
the new
very
data set.
small. The walls have faded. With time, the tin roof still rattles. Every time it rains. That is the house where I grew
thrilled
up.
with the results.
It is also the
This
place
acquisition
where my
represents
parents
a major
spent
step
their entire
forward,
lives,
not just for us,
raising
but
me.
for the industry
Many
as a
people
whole.
ask why my father doesn't move to a new house. His answer is always simple. I'm used to living here. Childhood. My childhood is tied to that small house. One bedroom, one kitchen, an old wooden table where the whole family had dinner every night. My father worked very hard. He was a mechanic in a small repair shop. The job didn't pay much, but he always tried to make sure I could go to school. Hard times. There were years when things were difficult. Fewer customers came to the shop. His income dropped, but he never let me
I am
quit
so
school.
proud of the
He
wonderful
often
family
said,
we have built.
money can be
Through
earned
many
again,
more years of
but the
health
chance
and
to learn
happiness together.
cannot.
Cheers!
Dream. When I was young, I used to tell my father, one day, I would make a lot of money. I would build a big house for my parents. He just smiled. He said, what matters most is not how big the house is, but whether the
Look how
family
smooth that is now.
is still
Nico.
together.
Wow, it's
My
perfect,
journey.
Papa.
After graduating,
Can I try?
I started my own business. The early years were very hard. There were times I almost failed, but whenever I thought about my parents, I found the strength to keep going. Eventually, things began to work. Success. Time passed. My company grew rapidly. I made more money than I had ever imagined. I bought big houses, nice cars. I traveled the world. But every time I came back home, my father was still there, in the same old house. The offer. One day, I told him I wanted to build him a new house, a large one, with a garden, a spacious living
One
room.
day, I'm
all
gonna
the modern
fly up there
comforts.
and discover something
just
nobody
smiled.
has ever
He
seen
said
before.
he didn't
A
need
whole
any
new
of
world
that.
waiting for
His
us.
answer, he took
And
me
then
outside,
the puppy chased
pointed
the ball
at
all
the
the
old
way
wooden
down
door.
the hill.
He said,
really?
that door
That sounds like fun.
saw the day I was born, the day I went to school, the day I left home, for the city. Every corner of this house holds a memory, realization. He said, if he moved somewhere else, he would lose all of that. To him, this house is not just a place to live. It is a part of his life, a part of our family story. One evening, that night, we sat together in front of the house. The wind gently moved through the trees. He asked me about my work, about my life. I told him about my big projects. He listened very carefully. One sentence.
These graphs
After I
clearly
finished,
demonstrate our
he
market
said just
penetration
one
strategy
thing.
is working.
I'm proud of you.
We've captured an
That was the
additional
sentence
12% of the
I had
demographic.
waited for since I was a child. But hearing it now, I realized what made him proud was not my money. It was
Cheers, everyone,
the path I
to
had
the
taken.
high life.
Reflection.
This view
That night,
is
I lay in my
everything.
old room. Everything was still the same. The study desk, the small window, the scratches on the wall. From my childhood, I realized no matter how much my life had changed, a part of me would always belong here. Message: success can bring many things, but there are things money can never replace. Memories, family moments, the places
And the master
that
bedroom
shaped
goes
who we
right
are.
here, overlooking the
Gratitude.
garden. It's
The next
perfect.
morning,
The layout
before
is quite
leaving,
impressive.
I
Did
looked
you
back
consider the plumbing
at
for
the
the
old
kitchen?
house.
Ah,
One more time,
no.
I understood
I
this place
appreciate the offer.
made me
but,
who I am today.
Perhaps another
And my
time.
father, the man who lived simply in that small house, built the foundation for all my success. Ending. People often think success means having a lot of money. But to me, the greatest success in life is having a place to return to. A place where, no matter how far you go, there is still a father waiting for you on the front porch.
If this story touched your heart, take a moment today. Call your father or your mother. Tell them something simple. Just say, I love you. Because one day, we may realize that the people who built our future were quietly
If we
standing
optimize the
behind
neural
us
pathways here,
all along.
the processing
And if
speed
you
should
believe
increase
stories like
exponentially.
this matter,
Let's
please
cross-reference
subscribe
that
to
with the
this
new
channel.
dataset.
Because here, we tell the stories that remind us what truly matters in life. Thank you for watching.